to the Dragon Drive News presented by Summit Racing for July 22nd, 2023. Guys, it's crazy. Can't believe we are already we're over halfway through the year of 2023. My name is Mike Narks. I run DragonDrive.com and the Dragon Drive Addiction Group. And then my co host is Mr. Eric White. Eric, tell them who you are and what all you do, man. You are a busy guy.
I am Eric White. I am your co host for Dragon Drive News and the Dragon Drive Show. I help produce a bunch of the Dragon Drive Addiction podcasts. And I also run my own channels 815 LSX Swaps and Motorsports Paparazzi.
That's right. Well, before we get into today's show, I want to talk about the podcast because the new one drops from our Wednesday night episode of the Dragon Drive Show. So it'll drop today at 10:15 or 11:15 Eastern, and then my plan is to have this episode of the news drop on the podcast on Monday mornings. So you'll have typically Friday mornings will be our show podcast drop, and our news podcast drop will be Monday. So again, thanks for Eric for working through all that. I'm gonna take over some of the editing on the podcast to give him some more time, guys. He's a creative genius. I'm telling you, it's fun to let him run wild with artwork and things like that. I want to say thanks to everybody that has been around for a long time. We're gonna call you the OG race car friends, and all of the new folks. Welcome. Y'all, we can't do this without you. Without your likes, shares, and comments, it just doesn't work. So we appreciate everybody doing that. We also want to thank our sponsors, Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, North America, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Can't do it without those guys either. And make sure, wherever you're watching this, make sure you're following us on that app. But also, you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All right. Listen, I'm going to start posting on TikTok. I promise, Eric. Quit,
And
quit.
we got threads now too.
Oh yeah, Threads, golly, dude, I'm all over that thing too. It's wild, man. We are busy, busy, busy guys. So here's where we go. Let's start with our pictures here. We have a booth, guys. Are you hearing me? We have a booth at PRI 2023. So you're gonna have to come by and see us. That's right. Dragon Drive Addiction has a booth at PRI
How
2023.
how cool is that?
Dude, I'm really, really excited about it. I'm really excited. It's booth number 4746. We have had a few people reach out about actually offering to help us work the booth while they're there. So that's big time appreciated. December PRI is December 7th through 9th at the Indianapolis Convention Center. And then we are doing an award show with in conjunction with us having that there. So we're gonna it will be hosted on Thursday, the starting day of PRI. So 11 a.m. Thursday morning. You should see it on the PRI 2023 app sometime next week, is what the lady told me that morning. So if you or someone you know would like to be involved in the Dragon Drive Awards, let us know. Let us know who you want to award, the special accolade to for racers and things like that. So we have that coming up. I'm really excited. Revved Up Laserworks has signed on to design and print our trophies and plaques and awards and things like that. So I love having Travis Wise loaded up with us, y'all. He is creative as well. So we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be about an hour long award ceremony. We're going to have a good time. We're going to give awards for crazy, crazy stuff. And obviously, high performing racers within that. So if you have some stories that you would like to submit for the Dragon Drive Racer Awards, please send them over to us either in Messenger here or find us on the website and hit that contact button, dragondrive.com. Dude, we haven't done an event countdown in a while.
Right?
It's
I see
been,
I see Rich is in here talking about 2 miles of
oh,
mayhem, which we're going to talk about in a second, but
yeah,
registration starts tomorrow.
yes, tomorrow morning they're going to be jamming it up. I'm really excited about their second year. Last year was the first time they've done this. Now they know what to expect, right? So now what are they going to do and change? I know they are having a party tomorrow, which I saw that on some of the MOMers Facebook group posts. That looks like fun. What's crazy is, and I don't know how to say this and it not seem harsh, but if you're not coming, that's really sad, right? We want people to race, but this is for the folks that are still coming, right? Because when you jump on oh, it's a third year. Sorry about that. When you jump on the page and it's like, oh, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Guys, we need people to go in and say they're coming. Like, because what happens is it's so like with social media, it shows what is getting the most attention, right? Well, if you're going to an event, say that you're going to an event, post in the groups, post on Facebook pages, all that kind of stuff that you're still going to the event so people will know, hey, one or two people have fallen out, but all these other folks are still going. So, because what happens is folks are like, I'm leaving, I'm not going, I'm not going to make it. Oh, man, it's not good. So, on the Mommers page, or on the Mommers group, jump over there, tell them you're coming, show what you're doing, show the video of you loading your car up and getting ready. But yeah, it starts tomorrow with registration, test and tech, and a party. It'll be July 23rd through 28th. So, kind of our plan is I'm going to touch base with the team there and see if we can do, maybe I could get like a daily update or something like that. If Rich is going, I'll maybe be messaging him as well, looking for that kind of stuff. And then the next event is Nostalgia Nights, Bunker Hill, Indiana. Guys, this is our longest break for a drag and drive this year, except between Sick Week and the circuit, or Sick Week and Coder, maybe. I can't remember. So we have almost a month. I think it's like 3.5 weeks of downtime. It's going to be great for me because it's going to give me time to get through all stuff. I was telling Eric earlier, there's just a lot of work on the back end that I've been doing. August 17th through 19th for Nostalgia Nights, 26 days from now. 26 days. Rich Guido says hit him up. I will be doing that for sure. And then an inaugural event is Delta Street Week in Paragould, Arkansas at George Ray's Wildcat Drag Strip, August 31st through September 3rd. So that'll be the first event to be Arkansas based. It's 40 days from now. They're hitting all the tracks in Arkansas. Hot Rod Drag Week 2023, which I'll be attending, Darlington, South Carolina, September 17th through 22nd, is 57 days from now. Dude, I don't know if I'm ready for that. September is going to be busy because we got One Guy's Garage Drag Weekend in Earlville, Iowa, September 22nd through 24th. That's 62 days from now. We've got King of the Open Road in Tucson, Arizona, the first time they've gone anywhere other than Oklahoma City. So it's going to be exciting. September 23rd and 24th. That's right. You're hearing that right. So we've got September 22nd, ending of Drag Week, 22nd through 24th for Drag Weekend. King of the Open Road is 23rd through 24th. Then on the 26th starts Redwood Rally in Redding, California. So September 26th through 30th, which is 66 days from now. And then we go all the way back across the country to Back to the Streets to Milan, Michigan, and Milan and Lapeer. That is put on by Matt Lang. And this is going to be a fun. It's a heads up, no prep, elimination style. Like it's really a cool deal. We interviewed him a couple weeks ago. You'll have to go back and watch that episode. It's really good. It's going to be a completely new change on Drag and Drive. It's basically no test passes, not going out to run your best ET. It's to get out and get it. So September 29th through October 1st, 69 days from right now, which sounds like a long time, but it's not. And then of course, starting September 30th, Race Week or Rocky Mountain 2.0, starting in Pueblo, Colorado, September 30th through October 6th, 70 days from right now.
That's wild.
Are you hearing me, dude? 70 days.
How many
So
events was that you just listed off?
in September, so if you include Delta Street Week, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 events in the month of September.
Wow.
7 events. Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. I see this comment here. They're closing tracks like crazy. The new Red Line Raceway in Texas closed immediately. Same as Atco and things like that. It's pretty interesting what we've got going on. Guys, I will say this. That means go support the tracks you have because you never know when it's going to come down and they may have to accept an offer. So if they know they have the support, then they know that maybe they'll take that money and move out further and build another one. Good morning, Aaron. See everybody in here making comments. Thank you all very much for that. Appreciate that. Pat Cook talking about Race Week here. He Matt said 2 days at Bandamere on race week. Here's what I am crossing my fingers on. I hope and pray that one of those days is Monday. Matt will be releasing the details fully on sometime this coming week because I'm hoping that I can fly from back to the streets on Monday right into Denver for Monday and then just go right over to Vandermeer. That would be so awesome because if I can do that, that means it's not rent a car, all that kind of stuff. So, um, Race Week 2.0 or Rocky Mountain 2.0, guys, September 30th through October 6th. So, I'm I'm September's going to be rough around my house, is what I'm saying here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's gonna be some travel involved here. So, in other event news, we're already looking at 2024 stuff. Sick Week 2024 dates were announced, January 28th through February 2nd. So that's exciting to have that. I would expect because I know the next question is when is registration? I would expect it sometime in August, maybe September, something like that, based on what we've seen in the past. And then, guys, I'm pumped about this one here. I don't know how many times I'm going to say excited in this episode. Um, the Circuit 2024 will be the weekend of April 20th. Look for an official announcement next week on the show because I've got some stuff that's in the works that um, I don't know. I'm just going to tell you, get ready for the Circuit 2024. We may have some big changes coming up, and I'm really excited about that. Talked to several of our sponsors, and they're on board, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a big party, a racer party. We're gonna have a also we're gonna do a pre-party at Chicken Annie's. So I hope everybody's
Oh
ready
yeah.
for that. And if you don't know, Chicken Annie's is a big deal, and we hate Chicken Mary, so don't go down the street eat there instead of Chicken Annie's. All right, so John Paul Franks also essentially, I mean, I took it as him saying, yes, Heads Up Hustle's coming back in 2024, right? Is that the way you took that?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I mean that's the way I took it the other day. So that's exciting. So we already have, that's three drag and drive events for 2024. I know Six Summer had posted that they were going to do something. I didn't quite see it. It was the middle of Midwest Drags that they put that post out. They didn't have any dates or anything like that set up yet, but they did say that they are gonna have Sick Summer also next year. So that's four events we've already got lined up. We know Drag Week is going to be back next year. So all that kind of stuff. So we're going to start working. It's crazy to think that we're starting to look at 2024 events.
Right, and it's only the end of July. We still
Yeah,
have
right. Oh
4
yeah,
months left of this year.
yeah. It's crazy. So again, I want to send good luck and all the good vibes to everyone at Miles of Mayhem, the racers, the staff, and all the co-pilots this year. I know this is going to be a good one. We did not mention Great Lakes Dragway because we only went to October 6th. Great Lakes Drop the Hammer Dragon Drive is the next weekend. I think it's October 10th through 13th. Talking about Jay's comment there, Jay Blanchard comment. All right, let's talk about. We haven't really done any top 10 lists or anything like that in a while, so I figured I would update you guys on where everybody stands for the top 10. So we've got Michael Westberg and his S10 with a 6 week finish at 6,464 average. Stefan Gustafson, 6,598. You got Brett Lasala, 6,743. Scott Brown. Oh, that can't be right. That's got to be an eighth mile pass. Sorry, man. Bryant Goldstone at Six Summer, 688. Alex Taylor, 698 average. We got Tina. Oh, no. Josh Davis at a 717 for Six Summer. Tina Pierce for her 6 week finish of 723. Drew, I'm going to ruin that one. Yeah. And then Glenn Hunter wraps out my list here, which are actually wrong. I think I've got some eighth mile times in here as well. So Glenn Hunter, 743 with his Midwest Drags finish. And then Wednesday night, again, I'm still digging through all of the World Champion Point Series stuff. So I'll have an update on Wednesday night, and we'll go over the top five racers in the fight for the World Champion Point Series. Again, presented by Summit Racing. So
That's
I'm
gonna be sweet.
oh, dude, I'm ready. Well, guys, let's before we move into the Built for Dragon Drive segment brought to you by our friends at Sweet Patina, let's thank Molly Motorsports, and then we'll get right into it.
Molly Motorsports is the official piston of DragonDrive.com. Molly's Power Pack piston is the perfect candidate for your drag and drive car. Molly Motorsports competes in drag and drive events and supports our community. Project manager Eric Grillo raced a 10-second stick shift Nova at Hot Rod Drag Week 2022. He's also competed in Rocky Mountain Race Week last year with his C10 truck. Visit mollymotorsports.com for the most recent line of products.
Awesome. So thank you very much for Molly for coming on. And the new project car, maybe it needs a set of Molly pistons. I don't know. We're gonna look at some of that stuff. Well, guys, the Built for Drag and Drive segment is brought to you by our friends at Sweet Patina. If you don't know, they have the coolest patina care products for your car, but they also have the TKO hand cleaning wipes, which are right out in the shop because I was working on the Narcs cart yesterday. So I had to use them to get my hands nice and clean. So I want to say thanks to them for doing this, guys. The feature this week is Brian Moss and his AMC Eagle wagon that was on Summit Racing Midwest Drags. This 4-liter inline six Jeep engine makes 600 plus wheel horsepower.
That's crazy.
Dude, when he popped the hood and it had the inline six, I was like, oh please, please have a turbo. And it did, of course. Holly, EFI, all that kind of stuff. He turned in 11s and 12s all week. Man, is my audio okay? I feel like I'm stalling.
Nope, you're good. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, my audio. So he turned in 11s and 12s all week. But he did run some 1089s, which are featured in this video. And then so I figured this would be the easiest if I just grabbed the video and showed it to you guys. So let's do that. All right, guys, this video is for Red Hat Scotty out there because he has been on me every day to catch up with the owner of this car. So, dude, tell us who you are, where you're from, and obviously we want to know about the AMC wagon.
All right, I'm Brian Moss. I'm from Warminster, PA. I've been in the AMCs forever, and we decided just to build an Eagle.
Right.
Yeah.
Why this car, and was it built specifically for drag and drive stuff?
It was built for drag and drive stuff with like the past 3 months. So I did drag it last year. I was running like 11.0s, so we got the roll cage, frame connectors all in it, and
That's awesome.
yeah.
And the cage, we'll have some shots of that we'll overlay right here because the cage work in this is great. And then you guys tell me you did it in 2 days.
We did it in 2 days. A good friend of mine, Dave Riddell, does a lot of chassis and stuff like that, so he's responsible for all the bends and fitment in the car, and it was just incredible learning all that. And
That's cool.
yeah.
And then the interior in this thing, is that factory seats, factory covering, and all that stuff too?
Basically completely stock. Everything we built wrapped around the stock interior in the car. You know, freshen up the carpet and door panels and stuff like that, but not in great factory radio, and it works even.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you this. You don't see a lot of these, one.
Yeah.
But two, the rear-wheel drive only. A lot of these were all-wheel drive, right?
Well, it was originally all-wheel drive car. It's in the works to come back around to do that. Just budget and time. One other thing is we were driving with the AC on and the windows up the whole time, pulling up next to people, rolling the windows down, and they're laughing, and it was such a good time.
So what kind of looks did you guys get as you're driving down the highway in this car pulling a trailer?
It was interesting.
A lot of thumbs up.
A lot of thumbs up for people interested in cars. A lot of people that wouldn't even take their eyes off the road because they were scared of it.
Yeah. So it's got a exhaust dump. Is it boost activated? Do you guys pull a cap, or is that how loud the exhaust is all the time?
No. So it's just a cutout with a plate on it. I used to have an electric one on it, but it leaked and rattled and.
Give us a rundown of the engine setup and stuff in this thing. Inline six, a lot of times you would pop the hood and see an LS in these things anymore, but you were like, I don't want to do that.
Inline six, AMC Jeep motor based. turbocharged, obviously. A lot of custom engineering and help from outside sources. Newcomer Racing did the cylinder head and all that, and he did a really nice job on that. All Holly management in the car. Um, Power steering, air conditioning, power brakes, everything's still there. I mean,
That's cool. And so what size is the turbo?
76 precision.
Oh, that's cool. So what kind of power does the car make then?
So it made 610 to the tire.
What? That's insane.
We're probably about 450 what we're running here just to get through the week, having fun. So,
Wow, that's intense. So what size tire out back?
it's the Mickey Thompson Pro 275.
That's all. It looks great. Skinny's up front for now. I guess if you ever go all-wheel drive, you're going to put a little fatter tire up front too, right? That'll look great.
Yeah, we'll see. Like 4 drag radials or something would be cool to do on it.
And how many miles? So you built it in 12 weeks. How many miles did you have before the event started?
30. Yeah. Yeah, maybe 30, some dyno runs. We did a little street tuning on it, loaded it up, and we're here.
That's cool, man. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Where can people follow you, like on social media, and see build of this car?
So I don't actually post a lot online, but my Instagram is Brian M. Moss.
Awesome. All right. Brian M. Moss on Instagram. All right, Greg.
Hello.
So this was his first drag and drive.
Yes, it is.
Is this your first drag and drive?
This is my first serious racing event, yeah, and it's been an incredible time, a lot of incredible people, a lot of really cool cars, a lot of really friendly people and event people, and it's been quite an awesome experience.
And so you guys pull into a gas station. There's always somebody that comes over. How many times did you hear, I had one like this, or my dad had one, or my uncle?
So many. A lot of older people, a lot of people seem to really respect it, and they were like, we remember when these cars were new, we remember having one, I remember riding in the back seat, and it's so cool to see a young guy like Brian have such a passion for so many of these cars. And the crazy part was, like, we were doing the interior roll cage, and it's like, oh, I wish we had a different panel that didn't have this bump out, and he bought out a AMC parts collector, and it was like, I have this panel, I have this part, boom, boom, boom. It came out perfect, and it's just like his scientific genius behind this is incredible to watch.
And to do that in 12 weeks is insane.
Yeah, he really pushed himself so hard for this car and made it happen like literally magic.
That's awesome. So as a new co-pilot,
yep.
What was your experience this week? Are you coming back? Are you going to go home and build a car?
Well, I have a second-gen Trans Am that's been a pride and joy of mine for a long time, and he's really pushing me. He's like, do it, do it, do it, and I keep getting sidetracked a little bit. But after talking to so many amazing people here that have just made stuff happen, I already have a 5.3, I have a T56, so I'll get there eventually. I like having fun too, so it's a little bit of balance between fun and work. So
that's great. Well, what is a tip you'd give a co-pilot that's out there that's fixing to do their first one?
Have some drinks, have some snacks, make sure your phone's charged, be really good with navigating. Be good with navigating.
Yeah, understand a map before you get somewhere.
Yep. Be friendly with Google Maps or Apple Maps or Waze or whatever you use, but make sure you stay on top of it and awesome. Make sure the AC works good. Make sure the AC works.
The real question is, did he run the radio or did you?
Oh, I was on music, but he doesn't like my music sometimes. I'm all over the place, man. But it's all in the name of good fun, so whatever keeps the jams going.
That's exactly right. Well, man, thank you very much for coming out. Thanks for talking to us. This car has been definitely a fan favorite. I mean, everybody, when we post a video, everybody's asking where this car is. So.
Yeah, so funny story on this car, or a story on the Eagle wagons. I remember in high school, he had this brilliant idea. He was like, hey, I got this blown up Grand National Turbo, and let's put it on the Eagle. And there's been so many nights where it's like we put nitrous on it one night just for fun, and we ripped around our streets. And I remember we lined up with a guy with like a tuned 6.4 pretty sweet diesel truck. We had the hood on the roof, we had 4 kids in the car, and we're giving him the beans, and they're shook. They didn't know what hit them. So
That's
it's been 10 years of his creations and just a lot of pride and joy for him. So it's been really awesome to help him out as a friend and
That's
tag
really
along.
cool.
So.
Yep. Well, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys at another one soon. I'm
Cool.
sure once you get back home and get refreshed, it's going to be like, okay, when's the next event we're doing?
Oh, he's already planning. He's already planning it. So it's cool. It's cool.
That's awesome. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
One final short time. Mark is going to put up a 590. Going to be a low 9-second hit for him. No, there it is, 899 with an 8, and just like that, Strasser is in the 8-second range. 899 at 160.
Nice. That's very cool.
Here, let me unmute myself.
Yeah, you should do that.
I'm a big fan of that car, and Brian too, and Greg. They were awesome dudes.
Yeah, we got to
hang
talk
out
to
with.
them
Yeah,
throughout the week quite a bit. So
yeah, it was a good time. Well, you want to lead us into the next spot here?
yep. Do you want to cover this last note there?
Oh, let me see here. Sorry, I had taken my notes down. I was watching that video. Yeah, sorry. If you or someone that you know would like to be featured for our Built for Drag and Drive segment presented by Sweet Patina, let us know down in the comments if you have a good story with the car. If you have, you know, well, a good story with the car, a good build story. You know, it doesn't always have to be the thrash that gets promoted here with the Built for Drag and Drive. So, all right, guys, thanks a bunch.
Yep. So next up, we're going to jump into our Howard's Cam comedy section. So Howard's Cam has jumped on board with us as a sponsor, and they sponsor this segment here. So
yeah,
get
love the
up.
folks at Howard's Cams. They they're a big supporter of us.
All right, here we go. Let me turn off this overlay so we can see, and boom. All right. So when your friends are over as a kid, we all know that was us. And then
Yes.
as an adult, you have a driveway full of race cars.
Yeah.
If you don't spend your money on your car, what are you even doing with it?
Dude, I say this all the time. I'm like, what do normal people do with their money?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'd like to know what it's like to have some of that money, but
No,
race car.
I'd have more cars.
Right. I don't always spend money on car mods, but when I do, I spend all of it.
That's exactly right. Yes.
So what did the JDM guy do after beating a muscle car? He turned off his Xbox.
That's awesome. There's a few Hondas in there that are upset.
If you're a true car guy, you see more than just a dishwasher.
I mean, how many times has somebody done a set of valve covers in the dishwasher?
Right.
I thought about
haven't.
putting one in the shop. I thought about putting one in the shop really when I run water out here. That'd be great.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
It's probably cheaper than a ultrasonic cleaning tank though.
Yeah.
Bought a daily? I need a new daily again.
I've lived that life.
I bet you have. This one's for the ladies. I'd like to hear what they think. I didn't get dinner or a movie, but you got new radials and a nitrous kit. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, you can see her face there. She's super impressed.
What I don't know is I'm assuming these radials and nitrous kits aren't for one of her cars.
I would assume that as well.
This one made me laugh because you definitely got a shot of me doing this.
Oh
Car
man.
guys be like, got to get that perfect angle.
Yeah, you, Tyler Drake. This has become the new joke. Is the ground shot.
Yep. If you had to choose between unlimited gas or perfect love, what would be the first place you drive to?
It'd be a long trip. I'm gonna tell you.
It'd be like that Alaska trip for Chris Story.
Yeah. Yeah. Unlimited fuel. Who cares?
Right. I might not even get out.
Yeah.
Just keep driving. Regular guys getting ready for a big date. Car guys getting ready for a date.
Oh yeah, you got to pull up looking good.
Yeah. How many times have you washed your car before going out just to make sure that when you stop somewhere, everybody sees how clean it is?
Oh yeah.
How non-car guys leave their car. Just walk away. How car guys leave their car. Oh,
Yeah.
better get a picture of it. Looks good.
Yeah, that lighting is just right.
Yeah. But I don't know what's going on here. These two cars look awfully close together, don't they?
Yeah.
Car guys, what my friends think I do, what my wife thinks I do, what environmentalists think I do, what the media thinks I do,
No, yeah.
what I think I do, and what I actually do.
That's 100% true. I spend more time on Facebook looking at other people's cars than I do working on my own. So,
Right, right. When you have a family car, but drag racing is life.
I'm going to tell you right now, I kind of dig that.
Yeah,
It is for folks that are listening to this, it is what is that? A Toyota Previa Pro Street?
something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. You got room to carry all your luggage.
Oh
You
yeah, I've
you
thought
can
about it.
you can put a bed back there. You can
I
run a
mean,
quick quarter-mile time. You can do your editing in there. I mean, I think you should get one of these.
I think I should build one. Is that what you're saying? I
Yeah,
mean, Previa vans are probably cheap anyways.
yeah.
I'm in.
Or just make your new vehicle, look like this.
Yeah. We need the Hellcat minivan. That's what we need.
There you go. Drag racing, because if you can't turn, you're not. Because if you can turn, you're not going fast enough.
That's exactly right.
Have you put up your Christmas tree?
Man, I
Th-
want to do this so bad one year.
This one
Oh,
kind of made me laugh because I think we're coming up on what is it, the half Christmas? Isn't it like July 25th or something?
oh, I don't know.
I think so.
Probably.
So that's why this one made me laugh.
Nice.
And this one was definitely made me think of us driving all week last week. When you realize in the middle of driving that you legit have not been paying attention at all. How am I alive? Who gave me a license?
Man, hey, there was a few points during the drive back home that was completely true.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it was like the last hour or two. I knew I was
Yep.
close to home and yeah.
Yep. I know I was driving, making notes, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
This one made me think of Mike Malone blowing out his window.
Yeah.
Duct tape because full respray, that's too mainstream.
That's
Even though
funny.
even though his was a back window tint,
Yeah.
still the
Yeah.
same
He,
concept.
he had that 0% tint on the window.
Right. Before wife and kids, after wife and kids.
Yes. See, that's what I'm
But
talking about.
but at least he's still doing a burnout in the minivan.
Oh yeah.
Got to give credit there.
Yeah, I think that picture is actually like a 4G63 swapped
Is it really?
van. Yeah, yeah. I think and dude, that picture was a long time ago. But I think it made like 400 or 500 horsepower.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine pulling up to a stoplight and then just lighting somebody up in your minivan.
Well, I mean, dude, they would immediately think you've blown the engine.
Right.
If you pull up with drag radials on the front, they're like, "What?"
Yep. I know everybody that's watching has thought of this at some point.
Oh, for sure. If you haven't thought about ramping the wedge truck, there's something wrong with you.
Right. And that's our last picture for this week's Howard's Cam comedy section.
Yep. And guys, if you need valve train advice, if you need valve train parts, definitely reach out to our friend Luke B at Howard's Cams. Guys, they've taken care of us as far as making sure we have all the information we can handle on that. And Luke is a great dude and really smart, and is in the middle of building a drag and drive Ford Ranger small block Ford turbo stick shift small tire truck.
Nice.
Does
That's
it
going to
get
be cool.
does it get any cooler than that? And then I know Eric and I have talked about maybe making a run to their facility there in Michigan. So we're gonna have to see if we can get something like that done this year. So
I think it's Wisconsin, isn't it?
yes, it is Wisconsin.
Yep.
Sorry, not Michigan. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, we
Cool.
definitely need to do that. That'll be fun to kind of check that out and go hang out with our sponsors a little bit.
Yeah, right. Well, we are over the time. We usually try to cap this episode at 30 minutes, and we're at 34 minutes. So, guys, thank you all for hanging out so much. We appreciate it. Again, this will be dropped as a podcast on Monday. If you are just getting in here, should be able to see it or hear it on your um, favorite podcast app, or you can just say, "Hey Alexa, play the Drag and Drive Addiction podcast," and it'll play the most recent podcast.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll see you Wednesday night. We're going to talk about the top 5 Drag and Drive World Champion points, and then we're going to talk about a ton of new stuff that's coming for 2023, or events that are show up for 2023 and 2024. All right, guys, see you.
See ya.